Good morning, CBU. How are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are doing great. Today we're going to be talking about tower houses. I hope you guys enjoy. Let's go! What are tower houses? Well, tower houses are exactly what they sound like. There are towers that turned into homes. Now, why have towers been built in the first place? It's simple. Having a height advantage lets the people of Florence see if there was anybody, whether they be good or trying to invade. Basically, they were able to locate any threat from the towers and act accordingly. Towers houses are mainly made of stone, brick, concrete, so they have the strength to hold up to intruders while having the opportunity of surviving an attack. Due to their name, any house with a tower can be assumed to be a tower house, correct? No. Tower houses, when they were built like a live-work building with a clash of spaces instead of like clear separation. So then what characteristics does a tower house have? And can you build one today? A tower house has to be tall and have good sightlines. It has to be strong and withstand an invasion, and has to house people. Now that a couple of questions have been answered, let us talk about actual tower houses. Some of the most famous tower houses are Mannelli Tower and Barbadori Tower. We'll start with Mannelli Tower. So Mannelli Tower is located in Florence and was actually a part of a collection of towers. Now there's this bridge named Ponte Vecchio that is almost 300 feet in length by around 100 feet in width. The bridge actually had a tower on each of the corners. Now, where are the other towers if only one stands? Well, the other towers went to bed, and by bed I mean they were destroyed and couldn't hold up to the strength of the invading armies. So only one tower stands near this bridge that used to be a shopping center. Now this tower is famous due to it being the only one of 4 towers still standing. Who designed this seemingly unbreakable bridge? Well, the answer becomes quite difficult actually. So remember how the families living in these towers were wealthy? Well, they had money and the power to be able to name their building after them, but seemingly forgot to mention who designed their home. So the designer here is unnamed, but holds fame through design. Well, that's just great. It's a reminder to put your name on your work. Now you know why it's famous, but who built it? So what else? The tower itself was built sometime in the 12th century and continues to stand high after some work around the 1950s by an architect who did write their name on a document signifying it was their work. Now the tower was important because it was owned by people of a higher class. But is that all? The family actually had so much power after World War I and World War II, when the city of Florence was rebuilding and present-day Ponte Vecchio was being repaired, and having a new path be placed to rejoin the city, also known as the Barbadori corridor, for those of you who don't know. The path was designed to be straight and free of obstruction, but the power of this tower and the family behind it made the Barbadori corridor, commissioned by the Duke, to go around the tower. Amazing. So, can the next tower house be as cool as this one? Let's take a look. Barbadori Tower. This tower was named after the merchant family Barbadori. It was built in the 12th century and was one of the tallest towers at the time of its construction. This tower was actually close to the outskirts of the city for the reason that the Barbadori family owned a church in a neighboring city and actually had the tower built pretty close to said church. Now, what's fancy about this tower house is actually the walls. It's fascinating to see how the walls from an axonometric view are made of 2 different kinds of stone. One of the front sides, or the side holding the entrance of the tower, to the bottom third, like a palazzo, was made with larger stone brick. The rest of the tower seems to be made of smaller stone bricks. It's weird that only one facade follows a hierarchy, but the others don't. I don't know the reason why this is like this, but it's important to know the way that it's still upright, lasting many wars, including 2 world wars. So what are these towers like in today's day? Well, the towers have had to have been modified due to their size. They were deemed to be unsafe. The towers had to have been cut and limited in height. Right now, Barbadori Tower is around 70 meters and Mannelli Tower's height is undisclosed. Mannelli Tower has been converted into a hotel and you can stay for far too much. But tower houses were important for the development of Florence, and there are only around 50 towers left, including these two, compared to the original 150 original towers. Thank you all, and